Alright, here is your homework for tonight. Title it 10/2 Multiplying Fractions Video Notes. Don't forget to put this in your table of contents. Alright, the rules. We have 3 rules you need to write down in your notes. The first is to multiply like normal. So when we're multiplying decimals, we're multiplying just like we learned in 5th grade. The second is to count the number of decimal places in the problem. So for example, this one has 1 decimal place, this one has 2 decimal places. And then the third is your answer has to be the same total of number of decimal places. So write these 3 rules down, and then we're going to do 2 examples together. So the first one, I'm multiplying like normal. 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, I'm done with my 2's. Add my 0. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry my 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to go ahead and add these up. Carry my 1. I have 10, 0, 8, 0. I have 1 number after my decimal place in my problem, so I'll have 1 number in my answer. Okay, and since this is the same exact problem, if I multiply like normal, I'll get the same exact answer. Add my 0, 3 times 15, carry my 1. I'm going to go through this quickly because I know you guys know how to multiply. But in this problem, I have 2 spots after the decimal, so I'm going to have 2 spots in my answer. Okay, and those are the 3 rules you need to have written down with the examples. Okay, if we were looking at some cards, we did this together in class. We want to figure out the error. So I'm looking at a couple problems that are all the same numbers, but they have different decimal places. So this is just a review. Which one of these cards has an error? So if I'm looking at them, I'm going to look at the decimal places. I can already see right off the bat this has 1, 2, 3, 4 spots after the decimal, but the answer only has 2. So right now I'm thinking this is the one that is false. That is not true. I'm going to check my second one. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots after the decimal, and I have 4 spots in my answer. This one is correct. Same with this one. 1, 2, 3 spots after the decimal in the problem, 3 in the answer. So I'm hoping that you recognize this pattern by now. So if we look at this last one, 1, 2 spots, 3, 3 in the answer. So it's correct. So you need to make sure you write this down in your notes, write down the 4 problems and which one was the incorrect problem. Okay. Now we're going to go to our practice problem. Rebecca brought 1.5 pounds of grapes that cost $2.10 per pound. How much did she pay for the grapes? So, if she bought for $2.10, she bought 1.5 pounds. We're going to multiply that out. And the nice thing about decimals, we don't have to line up the decimals when we're multiplying. So it doesn't matter where they are. And then we just, rule number 1, multiply like normal. So we're going to do this one together. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Go add my 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And add these together. Okay, so I need to check how many spots do I have in my problem. I see that I have 3 spots, so I need 3 spots in my answer. So here's my answer for problem number 1. Okay, problem number 2. Gilberto earns $7.25 per hour. He works 19 hours per week. How much money does he earn in a week? So we are multiplying $7.25. He works 19 hours in a week, and the question was asking for 1 week, how much would he earn? So we're multiplying this by 19. So you will solve this in your journal. And I also want you to solve the estimated part. If we know $7, that's pretty close to $7.25 is close to $7. If we multiply that by 20, it's pretty close to 19. Is your estimation close to your answer? So do both of these problems in your journal. Number 3. So Janice bought 3 notebooks and 2 folders for school. The notebooks cost $1.25 and the folders cost 40 cents. How much money did she spend? So if it's $1.25 each, and she bought 3 notebooks, we're going to do $1.25 times 3. Okay, we need to figure that out. For 40 cents, we know that 40 is not a whole dollar, and there's 100 cents in a dollar, so that would equal a decimal of 0.40 or 40 hundredths. And she bought 2 folders for school, so we're going to do 0.40 times 2. If we're trying to figure out how much total money she spent, there's going to be one more step to this problem. We need to add up our answers. Okay? So in your journal, you need to have that solved. And then last thing, in 3 complete sentences, you need to say, how is estimation helpful when multiplying decimals? So 3 complete sentences on how you think estimation is helpful when you're multiplying decimals. And that is all. Have a good weekend.